just a social experiment. How long do you think I could get away with it if I started nailing dead mole carcasses to my fence posts in a way that my neighbors could see? I wonder, honestly, because if my neighbor started nailing dead animals to his fence
immediately,
my first thought would not be to approach him about it. I wouldn't want to, and I would also be like, if I call the authorities or I call someone about this, he's going to know that the moles are presented to me. Is he threatening me? I'm just going to let him. I'm going to wait on this. You know, I could get a few days away. I could get away with a few days.
I would call the HOA immediately as soon as I saw
the first nail go in.
It would wake me up, of course. I hear doc, 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 doc. Tuck, 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 tuck. What are they roofing over there? And I like peer through the blinds, bleary-eyed, and see a man crucifying a struggling mole. Because in my scenario, they're alive when you do it.
Oh yeah, well, and I just like from the window, I hear you go, "What the fuck?" Look around, night vision goggles on. I can see you now. I know.
Hi. This is Kyle. Yeah, Unit 74. Yeah, Brook Street. My neighbor Roger. He's crucifying moles next door. And yeah, crucifying. Yeah, like in the Bible. Yeah. And I got to say, the weirdest part, he's dressed like a Roman soldier. And I'm really thrown off right now. There's no rule against it. So this is like an Airbud scenario. Well, shit.
And another really troubling thing, this between you and me, this is not the first time he's crucified something. He's very good. He's very quick.
Seems to have a crucifixion kit, as it were. That is not like a claw hammer he's using. It looks medieval.
That's my next approach. Crucify him to my fence posts and scare the others. But yeah, moles fucking suck.
I've never seen a mole. We don't have them in the South.
Oh, that stinks. Yeah, moles, voles, they just ruin your voles.
We have prairie dogs.
I think they're cooler.
They're just cuter.
Prairie dogs have a whole language. They're very intelligent.
They come out now and then. Voles are blind and just stay underground all the time.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Some of the moles have or maybe it's voles I'm thinking of, that like starfish fucked up nose.
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, that is gross. Those things deserve to die.
Yeah, anything with a face like that. Yeah, we have the prairie dogs here. They also explode really well when you shoot them.
They do. I remember when I lived in Idaho, they had whistle pigs, which are like smaller prairie dogs, and you would just go out to some farmer's pasture who had a bunch of cattle, and he would just let people hang out there all day because they'd dig holes that then the cattle, when they're grazing, would step in and fuck them up. And so you could just wait for them, pop up, and then once you do get them, it's like when you hit them, it's just a wet slap of like the round hitting them. And then if you shoot them with anything bigger than the 22, like even a 223, they vaporize. Just gone. And then if you shoot them with a 22 and they die, I don't know if prairie dogs are like this, but the whistle pigs are so gross. If there's one laying there for a while and they're really hungry, the other ones will like poke their heads out and then run over and start eating the one that you shot. And then you could shoot the one that they're eating. They're very, very gross animals.
And they're poor strategically as well.
Yeah, they should know that when Ted got shot, that weird bipedal ape up there with his boomstick, he's still there.
Yeah. If I see a dead body in Tarkov, I'm like, this might be a bad spot, boys.
It's a trap. So they do know that, but that's why you have to shoot them from a long distance, because prairie dogs have a word for people, and they have a different word for people with gun.
It doesn't surprise me. They wouldn't have survived long if they didn't figure out a little bit of communication there.
Yeah, there's some, if anyone cares, if you just search prairie dog shooting montage on YouTube, like there's some people doing some 360 no scope type shit on there.
People using completely inappropriate guns.
Just explosion fast guns.
Like, you don't need a 50 cal to kill a prairie dog, but what they turn into is this red mist where it's insanity.
Yeah,
prairie dog eradication montage.
Yeah, I was just watching that one. Yeah, and they'll use like really high velocity 22 caliber stuff. Like 22 250 is a great cartridge for this. It's 22 caliber bullet, 55 to 70 grains, I believe.
Can most guns shoot it?
What's that?
Could a regular, like if I had what is the common one? Is it 1022, a Remington?
Oh no, 22 250 is a rifle cartridge. It's like, I'll show you a picture of it. No. So
You need a special 22 to shoot.
it's a whole different caliber.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
it's just like there are many 30 caliber rifles, you know, everything from a 7mm Magnum to a 308 to 30-06. All those are 30 caliber, but completely different calibers, completely different rifle systems, all that. I'll show you a picture of a 22-250.
In my head, I thought it was like, there's a 9mm, then maybe 9mm P, and there's definitely 9mm P plus. I thought it was just like, they crammed some more powder in there.
That's essentially what they did, but to get the more powder part, they had a whole new cartridge. Yeah. So itty bitty projectile, tons of gunpowder behind it.
Wow.
So
Look at that guy.
So we would hand load these cartridges until they were going nearly 4,000 feet per second, which at some point hollow points come apart from air. Just fly. They can't handle the air pressure on the nose of the bullet. They'll just disintegrate midair if you get them going fast enough. And the result is a very accurate, fun to shoot, cheap to shoot gun that shoots really flat because of the velocity.
Dude, this is a great corner of YouTube. Just all these videos. Prairie dog massacre. Flying prairie dogs. Vaporized prairie dogs. Like they...
So for people watching the video right now, all of this holds gunpowder, and just this little tip is the bullet itself. This is all propellant, and that ratio is extreme. That's what Kyle's getting at.
It's a real fun cartridge to shoot. It's a real fun cartridge to shoot. And an AR-15 would work really good. Just 5.56, 223. That would be a perfect caliber, a very good caliber for prairie dogs. Anything like that. But you want something high velocity that's accurate. Just a regular 22 long rifle isn't ideal if you're shooting at any kind of serious range.
Yeah, you wanted to shoot pretty flat too. Make it easy.
Yep. High velocity.
It's gonna look like that AIM toothpaste with this.
Yeah, dude, that's the best toothpaste if you're a kid. When you see that shit, the only thing better than that as a kid, remember the bubble gum like toothpaste?
Yeah,
Vaguely.
That pink shit that tasted like bubble gum.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
How could that be good for you? Like even as like a 6-year-old, I was like, this can't be the best thing for my dental hygiene.
Seems like there's sugar in my toothpaste, but all right.
I mean, it tastes good. Like this is literally. Am I brushing my teeth with candy right now? There's no way this is the best thing.
Yeah, I did not like the bubblegum flavor. As a kid, I liked the grape kind. I think that's what I.
There
used.
was grape toothpaste.
Yeah, they had it was like Gorilla Grape toothpaste or something. It was a picture of a big ape on there. And it was like, man, monkeys brush their teeth. I better also.
I use baking soda toothpaste. No, it's charcoal. It's charcoal and baking soda. It's like
you don't still use that, do you?
Yeah.
You got to stop that charcoal shit. You know what that's doing, right? Like it's just a higher level of grit, and so it's like actually wearing away the outside enamel of your teeth. Like you don't want to use.
It's made by Colgate. It's not like I'm like grinding charcoal up in my backyard.
Oh no, I don't know. Like I know that, but over time, like you'll develop teeth sensitivity because it's scraping off little layers.
I'll be okay.
What is this? The whitening stuff you're talking about?
No, charcoal toothpaste. It was really big a few years back, and then people were like, "Yeah, this is causing sensitivity and grinding issues."
What does it do? Does it make your teeth whiter? Like, what's the upside?
Yeah, it makes your teeth a lot whiter because it's literally removing enamel. And like
bad enamel.
So you're saying it's whiter though?
Yes,
to a point, and then it will become very painful and much darker.
Taylor,
I'm going to replace
new
these in like 5 to 10 years
every couple of years anyway? It seems like you should be on board.
I've been a couple of years on these teeth, on these chompers.
I know, but how long? What, every 10 years, 15 years, you get new teeth?
In the next like, it was this past time like 2 years ago, whatever it was, maybe almost 3, and then I'll switch them again to veneers in like 2 or 3 years or whenever these start falling out of my head, and then that will be the last time, like because veneers are fully permanent, unless like it.
But
once again,
knock one out.
Veneers are fully permanent. Like you're a young guy. That you're saying they last 50 years?
Yeah. Veneers last a long, long time, and I could always get one. I wanted to. Yeah, it's tougher than our teeth, so I think it is.
I like you going with aftermarket parts that are better than the factory things. I see where you're headed on this.
I mean, it wasn't a choice. I had to if I wanted to have teeth. but
It's
for having teeth.
there's
So
this
good.
race car mentality, right? Like first you make the engine stronger, and then you got to make the transmission stronger, then you got to make the rear end stronger. I feel like you have an aftermarket mandible, right? The muscles there. So now you got to make the teeth stronger. Before long, you'll do like a jawbone upgrade. Race.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna skip the veneers and go straight to like Jaws from James Bond, sharpened iron interlocking teeth. I remember at the time seeing that guy and like I saw these movies when I was like 7, seeing him and being like, damn, that guy is so cool. I want to be just like him. Like I think in my head, I remember the thought being like, man, everybody respects that guy.
Biting as an offense is the worst. As a defense, sometimes opportunities present themselves, right? But imagine, Taylor, imagine you're going to fight someone who's like good at fighting, but your offense is limited to biting. It's the worst. You would get your ass kicked so bad.
We wouldn't be able to bite them. We have human mouths. We don't even have a snout. You gotta get you got an angle to like hit a certain area.
You're leading with your nose and your chin in this fight. Like, this is a terrible
just
idea.
pushed into their belly fat trying to
Best case scenario, you cut their hand when they punch you.
That's about right. I think that's about right.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the headbutt though?
Headbutt would be better for me.
I feel the headbutt is a good opening move.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you like do that move where you grab them by the collar and really pull and
Hammer
push
it
at the same time.
I feel like it has some of the same drawbacks that the biting does. Like I feel like if other people but you're really exposing your face. I'll tell you what, back when headbutting was allowed in mixed martial arts, it wasn't used very much.
But I bet when it was,
yes, because they're like squaring off first, and the ref's like, "Are you ready? Are you ready?"
Mm-hmm.
But in like a bar or something, if you could close distance with someone and actually grab them by the collar like that, first of all, they can't punch you. They're having to go around your arms like this. They're not going to have a lot on it. They can't like twist or pivot. Seems like you have like so much power.
You know what I would do? Have you ever seen a giraffe fight? I would take all of my momentum and swing my head into it from the side like that. That might help. And they'll be so confused by nobody expects a telegraphed headbutt.
Actually, don't. What is he doing? He's really gotta. Yeah, I don't know much about headbutts. I don't think I've ever fought in a fight that involved a headbutt, and I certainly haven't done any training that involves headbutts. I know nothing.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could headbutt properly, but I know I would much rather get punched real hard than headbutted.
Yeah.
So the headbutts I've seen in like real fights in like the UFC back when you could, guy would have like full mount or side control and he'd headbutt. But it seems like you could use elbows. I'm talking about situation.
I'm talking about that Boss Rutan headbutt that he talks about opening up fights with. And when he does it, just when he's talking about it, even like 50-year-old Boss Rutan, it looks so quick and powerful. He's just like, you just boom. It's just like, oh God, you kill someone. And he's like talking about trying to hit the bridge of the nose with it.
He'd be terrible to fight him.
Oh, I was going through a bunch of boxes with old pictures and stuff recently, and I saw like my old cotillion book and everything, and it was just pamphlets of all the rules, and then like photos of me like a little fucking goober in a suit dancing with a girl that's like a head taller than me at the time. Like that was no fucking fun. And but I'm pretty sure if I like heard the swing dance music again, I would remember the basic steps.
When did you get taller? When did you like reach 5'10", 6 feet, like when you were actually taller than all the girls?
I started really growing quick at like 11, 12.
Yeah, okay, that's quite early. I would say 9th grade. So how old is that? 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
By 9th grade I was 6 feet tall. But I was super, super skinny, like absurdly skinny.
You were just like a string bean, just shot.
Yeah, 150 pounds, 155 pounds at like 6 feet tall. And then like put on like another inch and a half over the next 15 or 20 years.
Puberty hit me fast and hard. Like there was no sign of it seemingly in 10th grade. And then I go into 11th grade and I'm like 6 inches taller, but like you said, really thin. Like I in Ocean City, you're shirtless a lot. Like it's the beach, right? You'd ride your bike around and you don't wear a shirt. And you could see all my ribs and everything. Like it was just, no. I remember
my girlfriend called me Skeletor. I got you,
dude. I was riding down.
I would hug her, and she could feel my ribs in my back, and she'd go, "Ooh, Skeletor!" And in my head, I'm like, "That's not a compliment, is it?"
No, dude. Like I remember,
my dick.
I'm riding my bike down the street, and there's this gaggle of girls, 4 or 6 of them. They give me that wolf whistle, that like thing, and they're like, "Nice chest." And I'm processing it, and I'm like, do they mean nice chest, or are they mocking me for not having a nice chest? And it wasn't until later, I look like an Ethiopian, just all rib cage and no fat or body. And I'm like, yeah, they were not. That's not what they mean by nice chest. No one means, I bet there's large lungs in there. But what they mean is you have a good pecs and that.
I that's one of those insults and like traumatic things where you're in the shower later on, like coming up with retorts. You're like, better than yours, you flat bitch. And you pedal away.
Yeah, I ever see them again, that's what's going to happen. You know what? When my kids ask me about this moment, that's what I'm going to regale them with. That's what I'm going to tell them.
Every day for 2 months, you're pedaling by that same area with your shirt off, looking for them, hoping they'll say it again.
They were hot girls. They were probably the mean girls of their high school. I think that's what they were.
Yeah, well, they probably are cracked out whores now. Look who's laughing now.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay.
No, we have to attack these whores on your behalf and defend your honor.
It's so funny. Like maybe you guys have kept at least like some sort of contact through Facebook or whatever, and like what like the most popular kids from high school look like now, or what's happened to them. I always just love seeing like their failures and their terrible life decisions. It was like, oh, I won't use real names, but that's Chad Chatterson. He's the quarterback. Yeah, he got arrested for stealing a car because he was drunk and scared, and he just hopped into this girl's car and drove away. Then he realized there was a baby in the back, so it's kidnapping too. No. Now he's in prison, and then he gets out, a felon, and now he's working in a drill press place where he's just literally drilling the same hole in the same piece of metal all day long. And he was like the coolest, right? Like, yeah.
Damn, that's a suicide-inducing job.
And like the hot girls who were like really beautiful, really popular, and were like on the basketball team too. And like, oh, they all had kids, and now they look like shit. They had 2-3 kids at 20 years old, and now they just look like pieces of shit. Really, it's wonderful.
What was I going to say? No, the people in my high school would not give you the satisfaction that you're looking for in that regard. They're remarkably well preserved. Most of the people I paid attention to, professionally successful, seemingly happy. It's Facebook. People put their best side forward. But just not like I was promised everyone would get fat.
No, it doesn't have. That reminds me. I think I've even mentioned on the show before. I think it was like junior year of high school, and there was this really smart Indian kid, and he wasn't like super weird or anything. Like we were, but not like close friends or anything. He never came over. We were like chat and joke around at school, and he openly was weeping when we all got our ACT results back. And it was like, oh, neat. And most people don't really care. Or they're like, better than I thought. Or, I need to take it again. Rats, that sucks. This thing's so boring. He got a 35. Perfect score is 36. And he was crying in the hallway. Openly weeping about it. And I was like, dude, what's that?
Do you remember what you got? I bet you got really good scores.
I got a 30.
Okay.
On the ACT.
I think that's what I got.
I did. Yeah, I got great reading in English, just bam, nailed it. By the time you get to the last portion, which is science, I'm like looking at graphs. I'm like, this sucks. This is so boring. This is the worst. And I remember like my friends who had like ADD, they were like, oh, if you have ADD, you can take as much time as you need between sections. And I was like, dude, my score would have been outrageous if I could just eat lunch between math and science, or between English and math, and just chill out and relax a bit. Like, that didn't seem fair to me. I remember being pissed even at my friends. Like, dude, we hang out almost every weekend, and we have conversations just fine when you're not taking Adderall. You are milking this, my friend. And he's like, yeah, I know I'm milking it. Obviously I am. But anyway, that Indian guy, that was openly weeping about 35 on his ACT, he was telling us all that he's going to be a brain surgeon. Guess what he is now?
Brain surgeon.
A brain surgeon. Yeah, he's a successful brain surgeon.
Not that
And
good.
so,
I mean, no 36.
Yeah.
I bet his
Wait, what was
Peter's
your
off.
ACT before I go under the knife? Oh, give me a different Indian who got a 36. But yeah, it is funny. The ones that I don't really use social media outside of just like the show stuff, like Twitch and Twitter. But the pictures I do see when friends are showing me, the people that I thought would be total losers generally are. You know, like I feel like we do a pretty good job predicting it. That guy who was the poop bandit and sold a bunch of opiates, I think he did a little time. He's out now and probably taking the Kyle path of selling cars.
But
I don't know what he's up to.
See, a lot of times people have success in high school and you think it will go afterwards, right? Like they're very popular in high school. They may not, be headed on some popular career track, but you're like, it'll just work out. They'll be the manager at that place because they're the manager at this place. And sometimes it doesn't, but yeah. Maybe the losers
I like when
are
they have
just
health
hiding
problems.
on Facebook.
You like when people have health problems?
Yeah.
It just warms your heart where you're like, not me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like when they have like serious health problems. I won't go into too much detail, but there's a guy I didn't like, horrific situation, like one of the top 3 worst things that can happen to you happened to him, and it's just
pancreatic cancer, right?
Testicular.
Worse than cancer. I'll write it in here. You tell me.
I'm gonna guess amputation before he writes it. Oh.
Right? Worse than cancer.
That is definite. Well,
suck it.
I don't want that.
I wish I had a wand that shot that. like anytime I'm in even a minor kerfuffle, I'm at the DMV, I just pull that out and everybody's like, whoa. All right, just put that away. Mr. Myers, come to the front. Let's get his fucking tag done. I don't want that.
Everybody's freaking out. You're like, you know what? I did overreact. I'm going to take out the smaller Bell's palsy wand. Still enough to carry it. Still enough. Give me my fucking plate tags, bitch, or you're going to be your sister's wedding is ruined.
Okay.
Next week.
I'm sorry.
I want to say RSK. 3 letters. What do you mean you can't do it? All right.
Boom. Now who's going to be fucking dropping water out of the left side of their mouth like they just let the dentist all the time.
Make a lot of interesting TikTok videos. They're like, every day Mike is getting oral surgery. It's crazy. It's funny though, huh?
Yeah.
That's you for life.
Are they getting rid of TikTok or no?
I think last I heard they're going to sell it to Microsoft.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They when I first heard that, I was like, big deal. And then I wish I remember the exact amount of money that they're talking about that the Chinese economy loses because of TikTok. It was not an insignificant amount of money to the Chinese economy. Like I want to say it was billions. From the thing I read, like many billions. It was absurd how big TikTok apparently is. I've never downloaded it. The only knowledge I have of TikTok is, just watching TikTok cringe on Reddit.
Yes, but it does seem like it's taken by storm. Is it bigger than Instagram now? No, it's hard to measure because Instagram has a lot of inactive users.
I have no idea.
No clue.
I would imagine it is if I had to guess. But
okay.
Can Chinese people use TikTok? Because if they can, it's way bigger than Instagram. Because they can't use Instagram.
From everything I read, it's just like rotting our society from the within.
We need to get back to Twitter and Instagram and the wholesome, nice little.
I think it's worse.
You know who's losing my loyalty? Amazon. Now, there's no one better than Amazon, so I'm still there.
Their originals are kind of not great.
But
watch 10 Star, you bitches.
This is the company. Remember? So Amazon Prime used to mean 2 days. It was amazing. You could set your calendar to it. You ordered it, it came 2 days later. Now it's like sometimes it's 1, sometimes it says it's 1 until you get to your cart, then it becomes 2. Sometimes it's 5. And you're like, is this Prime or not Prime? Prime, Prime used to mean it shipped from their warehouse. Now, some of their partners, I guess, are good enough that they call them Prime too, but they're not the same as Prime. They're just mislabeled as Prime. Good. Well, you're maybe because you're so close to Atlanta.
Yeah. I think it's a regional thing. It's gonna vary. Like I bet if you're in LA, it's crazy. They're like, yes, they're now.
Aren't they based? They're a Seattle company, right?
we were listening into your conversation with your wife last night, and we preemptively sent you that cast iron pan. Enjoy.
What they
Holy
do
fuck!
well, they're so like if you've ever watched like FedEx tracking, it's delayed by hours, right? Amazon tracking, the guy's in our driveway, and I'm like, oh, let me see what I ordered, like what's out for, like what's due today. He drops it on the doorstep. He scans it. 15 seconds later, I go back inside and check it, and it says it's delivered. Like that's how real time.
That's how Postmates is too.
Yeah.
Like Postmates is, it's like your order will be there in 17 minutes, and I like open it up, and it's like, oh, there DeAndre is, and I can see him like slowly drive down the highway. And the moment he hits my driveway, I think he notifies the app, because it's like I get a text message and a prompt from the app, and my computer goes off. DeAndre has arrived, and like literally 30 seconds later, it's like ding dong. Fuck yeah, DeAndre's here.
That's a pretty neat like customer experience. Like that's cool. That's better than pizza. Like with pizza, it's a surprise. You know, it can be long, it can be short. You don't know what's up.
It's so much better. Like one thing I've started doing, if I want to talk, I like to talk to them sometimes because I want to be clear about what I'm. Maybe there's something special. Like I didn't have ketchup, and I ordered Five Guys a few days ago. I need a lot of fucking ketchup. Like, and you tell some people a lot of ketchup, and they think you mean 6 packets.
You don't think that's a lot of ketchup?
I would have fallen for that, Kyle. I might have showed up with half a dozen packets. My mistake.
Let me find you the picture of how much ketchup I was brought.
Are you sure Woody and I aren't the normal ones right now? I think that might be the case.
I have a human head of ketchup with every meal.
What is wrong with you? I can see the amount of ketchup in there. That's insane. Looks like you just robbed Burger King.
There we go.
But the thing is, like DeAndre needs to know
packets of ketchup because I didn't specify what kind of soda I wanted. I just put large soda. So DeAndre has to call me up. Hey,
you played a trick on DeAndre.
So I can get him on the phone.
DeAndre.
This is a 2000 IQ Postmates play.
He's like, hey, it didn't say what kind of soda you wanted. I was like, I'd like a Diet Coke. And by the way, I need a lot of ketchup. I literally said, I need a shitload of ketchup. And he's like, I'll hook you up, man. And when he handed me the bag, I was like, whoa, I got a small order of fries and the little hamburger. And I opened it up and all you could see was ketchup. It was 33 packets of ketchup. I just filled the drawer up. We're good.
DeAndre's smart because DeAndre needs to know that he's tipped by you. Right?
This tip depended so much on those ketchup packets.
I have a similar story where I ordered chips and I said, I want salsa. You understand, when I eat the bottomless chips here at Chili's, we reload that thing 3 times and I get like 6 salsas. Well, I'm ordering that bottomless chips to go. So you can't give me 1 salsa. It's the same price. Bottomless chips. You need to make me have chips until I stop eating, even though it's to go. And they're like,
I'm gonna need a lot of chips tonight, Chili's waitress.
She wanted so all I wanted was 2 little salsa things. It was like that is much less than I'd eat in the store. And she wanted to charge me $1 for that extra salsa.
Bitch.
Yeah. So I paid the $1 to Chili's and didn't tip much because, hey, you know, like we could have been a thing, DeAndre miss, but we were not a thing.
Denarius.
Yeah, that works.
Danny. Well, just Danny.
I am very harsh with my Postmates tipping. If things don't go well, I can see them on the app sometimes. And look, I love Postmates. Don't get me wrong, but we were talking about the tracking. If I order Popeye's chicken, I'm zooming all the way in. And I'm like, all right, he's at Popeye's. If he doesn't make a left out of Popeye's, he's going to take care of somebody else before he takes care of me. He's trying to double up on my ass. And if he makes a right, I start complaining right away. I'm calling customer support. I'm like, DeAndre made a right out of Popeyes. I live around here. He's going to take care of somebody else's order. Like, oh, we will look right into this, sir. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, DeAndre. I hope they fire your ass. And then I'm like, I'm already filing like the complaint, getting the email replies, like they're going to look into this. And I'm already deciding DeAndre's getting $0 tip. It doesn't even give you an option for $0 tip. It's like 15, 20, or 25 more. And I'm just like, other. And it opens a whole other menu
Another
up.
2,000 IQ Postmates play.
And you can't do 0. So it's like 0.01. That's right, DeAndre. You're getting a penny tonight because I saw you fucking go to Chipotle after you left Popeyes and sit in line to get some other fuck their burrito while my fried chicken gets cold.
Just to explain, are you sure that's bad? Because in the pizza world, it's not.
I don't care if it's good or bad. I'm just telling you how I react when it happens to me. I don't want cold food. I'm paying a premium to have hot food rushed to my door. I'll tell you another thing that gets you no tip, and that's if you haven't invested in a thermal bag. You're a delivery man, motherfucker.
That's where I was headed. Like in the pizza world, they have a thermal bag. Oftentimes, my pizza and your pizza will both be in the thermal bag, working together to create a hot little mini oven there in the passenger seat, right?
Pizza does particularly well in that environment, though. If you can imagine what like French fries, a salad, and some Chinese food are going to do all in the same bag, though, right? Maybe hot and cold stuff.
Not good.
Like, I need you to make a beeline for my house with this stuff. Now, Postmates has their own thermal bags now. It's a big satchel, of course, but on each end there are like double cup holders with like mesh that hugs the cup well. And I'm sure the drivers have to pay for them. They're not just handing these things out willy-nilly. But if you have not taken that step, then you're not a professional Postmates driver, and I don't want to do business with you. So I'm going to intentionally tip you 1 penny so that in the future, when you see that Kyle has placed an order, you just don't take it. Just don't fucking take my order if you're going to do me like that, because I will do you just as wrong. I will not tip your ass. Don't be doing me like that, DeAndre. God damn.
DeAndre, don't you be doing me like that.
No, I
Is
won't
that
put
what
up
he would
with
do?
I get so pissy, like if the food shows up and it's cold. It's like,
Wait, have you ordered enough that when it shows on your app, like, this is being delivered by Samantha, you're like, Samantha, that cold cunt, she will not get me enough mayonnaise.
yeah, there's a guy named Corey S, and I immediately cancel if he's the one who's going to be picking up my order, because I don't want Corey to bring
What did
food
Corey S
anymore.
do?
He brings cold food. He brings cold food every fucking time. He doesn't use a thermal bag, and he'll make an extra stop. I hate that. I've been on the phone with their customer support 3 or 4 times now. And I'll sit on the line.
That's so fucking lame.
I'll sit on the line. Look, my accountant was like, Kyle orders in a lot, huh?
Your accountant made a comment about how much food you order.
The accountant and my banker both have.
Dude, the
comments.
amount of like money that you waste on food being delivered in, it stresses me out.
Yeah, I mean, wasted. How much is your time worth, right? I can be
Not a
mining,
lot.
I can
Well,
be
I'm way
mining
poorer
sulfur.
than both of you guys, and so like when I see like I fucking do this and that, and I'm just like, just go get the ingredients and bring it home.
See, I do that. See, I cook probably 3 nights a week, but the other 3 to 4, I'm gonna order in. Today I actually went to that place and I picked that food up, but tomorrow's a rust day.
How
I'm gonna
fast
plan.
does Postmates? I looked at Postmates. They had me curious.
Yeah,
And most of them are 50 to 65 minutes. Is that normal?
they're just kind of saying that so that to temper your expectations. It could be, but 40 minutes usually is from placing the order to getting the food.
Okay.
Because you don't know where the driver is. They're not at Popeyes. They gotta see your thing and then drive to Popeyes and then drive back to you. So you never know. And the more metro area you're in, the tighter that web is. It's just like Uber, right? If you're in like fucking downtown Manhattan, Jesus Christ, I bet it's like, oh, you want a bagel? Yeah, well, the guy who's going to pick it up is downstairs in your building, and he's going to walk across the street, get it, and come up to you. Yeah, but around here, it's not quite that crazy. So I can it's about 40 restaurants, I guess, that I can have delivered, and within 45 minutes, pretty much from like 7 a.m. till about 11 p.m. or midnight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on Postmates site takes a little bit of training. Like I wanted to know, like I was interested in a restaurant that was closed, so it didn't show up like as a recommended one. I think that's related, but maybe I'll check them out. I don't know.
Yeah, Postmates is great. I use I use it a lot. It's one of the main apps like on my homepage, like the like 9 apps or whatever that fit on the front of my phone. Like Postmates right in the middle.
It gets that center spot.
I love Postmates so much
Move
that
over Google Maps. Postmates
if
gets more use.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Google Maps is in the. I got to scroll for that. If I go to someone else's house, I'm like, I wonder what kind of Postmates they get here, and I'll fucking look it up. I was at the hospital a few weeks ago, for someone else, and I was like, I might be here a while. Let's see what kind of Postmates is available. And it's like, oh, Italian. What if I had some pasta delivered to the emergency care lobby? You think anybody would make a fuss?
Well, he said we were going for a spa day, a spaghetti day.
Are you saying spaghetti? You want to take me for a spaghetti day?
Are you not finishing the word spa?
I have a story.
Yeah.
Huh. I always like picture in my head if I was like, man, if I was one of those people who like lived close to the ocean, I would go to the ocean all the time. And then like I really think about myself and it's like 3 hours, a 3-hour drive. No, I don't want to do that.
3 hours is close to you? I used to live 2 blocks from the ocean. I did go to the ocean all the time. I was
saying for you, because you're the closest one, and I can't imagine.
I hate the ocean so much. I would, whenever I'm in a city like that has an ocean, it's rare that I even go. Like if I'm in LA, we're not going to the beach. There's no fucking way. When I'm in last time I was in Cocoa Beach in Florida, I didn't go to the beach. No. Oh, I hate it. So it's all sandy and salty. It's salt water.
You get to experience nature and see little critters that bury into the sand and go look for fish.
I like the ocean.
Fish? What are you,
and I'm
child?
good at it. Like
Dora the Explorer over there? You gonna go look for fish?
Yes, I'm gonna go to the guy who's renting out dirty snorkels, and then I'm gonna pop it in my mouth and go look for critters. Yeah, absolutely gonna do that.
Not on the East Coast, you're not. You can hardly see a foot
through
the water.
I won't look for him there.
There's a swamp out there.
I mean, there's some where I was in Florida. I guess that was more like Panhandle. That was all right. When I went to like the British Virgin Islands when I was like 15 or so, crystal clear. You could see lots of cool fish from a ways away, like the schools swimming when you're under there, even close to the shore. That was neat.
Where was this?
Yeah, that was in the British Virgin Islands.
No, in the Caribbean, right? Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
They had cool ocean. What's the best ocean you've ever been in, Woody? You said
I forget the name of it. I've been to some that are ranked best in the world, but whatever. Like you get to a certain level, and all right, it's perfectly clear. You're in some sort of cove. Usually, there's no waves. So my personal, like, I guess if you were to ask me, I'd say Hawaii. I like the black sand. That was kind of a novelty, and there was waves that you could play in and do, and the facilities were good, so you could rent like surfboards or kayaks and shit like that. So I had a really good time in Hawaii on the beach. Other people prefer oceans that are just like saltwater lakes or something, where they're protected and there's palm trees and stuff. But that to me is boring.
I remember being at, and this is almost equivalent to like going, what do you understand this? Going to a men's league hockey thing and seeing someone who's so much better than you that it intimidates you to the point of like, man, my foot hurts. I want to go home. But I remember being like 12, 13, and nobody's judging 12, 13-year-old kids on the beach when I was in Hawaii. And I would like want to go boogie board, but I would see surfers out there, like real deal surfers. And I'd be like, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to go boogie board in front of the surfers. Cause like when you're 12, you think that they
care more. Yeah.
Yeah. When in reality, like they didn't obviously give a shit. They're having a fun time on their own. But yeah, I still remember that being like, oh, I'm gonna look so lame next to laying on my belly on these little leftover waves that they already finished.
Surfers are not interested in the same part of the wave that you are, right? They want the bigger part and they want the unbroken part that's next to the broken part. That's the area closest to the curl is where they live. Mm-hmm. A boogie boarder, especially a new one, tends to just get pushed by the whitewater. There's no surfers competing for that.
No, definitely not. Well, what is this hockey thing you linked, Kyle?
Read through it while I do the ad. It's just more news about your disgusting sport.
Oh, that's not fair.
I hate those people who are like, "Oh, I'd love to have lived in this time and that time." It's like, are you serious right now? Like you wanted to live in a. It wasn't.
What if the time is future?
In the future is always the best bet. Yeah, the future is going to be awesome. Like if you go far enough forward, it gets real bad. But then if you keep going farther, it gets real good again. It's certainly the way I look at it. Like there might be some bad days in the future, but there's going to be some great days. There's going to be space exploration and faster than light travel and all sorts of cool things. Diseases will be eliminated. Like, it's going to be great. But you go back just like 100 fucking years, 200 years, and they're burning witches. They're burning witches. And all it takes to be accused of a witch is for the other girls at school to be jealous of your hair or something like that.
Look up any stats about the rate of witchery, and you'll see they've only increased since we stopped doing this. So, yes. Yeah, I mean, eventually it seems like the future will collapse. Like the planet will decide to say "fuck you" or something like that. You know?
That shit's cyclical. Like I said, there's going to be some bad times, but it's always going to get better. It's always going to get better. I saw Rogan talking about how there are some people who believe that all the alien sightings, especially those that we've had recently, where there are actual like fighter pilots talking about seeing these objects that are traveling at speeds that are not possible by a human or anything like that. There's some people who think that those are time travelers.
Which people don't think that aliens have visited here? Like, because I can't imagine. You guys don't think that aliens have visited here?
So by aliens, you mean intelligent life in a spacecraft came, observed us, and left?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I would bet. That. I would again. I mean, I'm a gambler, so I'd like to bet a lot of money that that's happened.
I think that the odds.
Okay,
of that,
how would you How would you prove it?
Well, there's no way to quantify it.
Well, you drag one of those
I
little
don't live
fuckers
too
out.
far from. I don't live too far from Area 51.
Okay.
Right. And I do know people. I remember one guy, and I can't name him or whatever, but he used to work at Area 51, and he said, "I can't confirm or deny that I've seen alien life and aircrafts being worked on in Area 51. Like, there's so much evidence, I think, that's almost overwhelming at this point. If you really go down the rabbit hole, and not the crazy rabbit hole of like these weirdos that like saw something in the woods, but when you talk about, people that worked in this environment, like that were actual, military or something like that, talking about all the documents and things they've seen all the way back from like the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Bob Lazar is the best piece of evidence.
Yeah, Bob Lazar is a perfect example. Like, I mean, he's not lying.
Who's Bob Lazar for the audience, Kyle?
Bob Lazar was a guy who claims he worked at a part of the Area 51 base. And some of the interesting things about Bob Lazar is he talked about this element way back in the 80s when he came forward with his story. At the time, the element was only theorized. It's now on the periodic table. He said that he saw 9 spacecraft, at least one of which had been part of an archaeological dig. Like, they had found this thing. It had been here for a very long time. Some of them were crashes, and he has a lot of. Another thing that he spoke about is the biometric scanner that was used to gain entry into the base, and he explained that your hand goes onto it and actually measures fingertip length in relation to the bones in your hands. And at the time in the 80s, everybody was like, biometrics aren't a thing yet. We don't believe you. That's as much gobbledygook as little green men that you're talking about. But now there's photographs of the exact device that he described. Things like his his education has been erased. His social security number is gone. And you got to think that, like, during the time where he came forward, it was the 80s. Everything was there was literally a paper trail. When we talk about a paper trail now, we mean data. We mean things in servers that are kind of hard to actually get rid of because there's so many duplicates across the internet. The Streisand effect alone, we've seen how it's hard to get rid of a fucking meme now. But back then, you could just delete someone's identity by going to a couple of different folders, taking the papers out and tearing them in half. And now this guy's education is gone. They claim that he didn't work at these bases, but there are registries with his name on them. There's a lot of evidence to support the fact that he was there. You listen to him talk, he's clearly a very well-educated guy. And he said that he saw flying saucers in there and that he was part of the team that was working to try to understand their propulsion system, which he claims was a gravity manipulation system powered by this element that I referred to earlier.
The only thing that seems kind of like up in the air with it is I feel like if aliens that are advanced enough to get here and have shit like a gravity propulsion system, like, would they crash? Like, because if you're that advanced, it seems like they could just easily come take a peek at us and then leave without our, puny technology being able to get a peek at them.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about how many, if you, that's just a question of numbers, right? If they've done, let's say, for example, 1 million trips, the odds are that some of those trips, may have had some complications, occasionally. They're not just like unlikely to be completely perfect, and there's been, there was the one crash. What the hell? Roswell or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Way back when. There's that one. And there was a recent crash. This one is interesting. It's a YouTube video of these kids in Australia who all kids that are like 5, 6, 7 years old, all way too young to be able to lie this effectively. They all collectively were asked one by one what they just saw. They describe a man in a spaceship. They describe the typical, alien look of a guy that, we simulate with what aliens look like. So either A, this was some sort of hoax gang, thing where some guy did this, came in a ship and was trying to create this, or like these kids clearly saw something, whether it was an alien or whether it was a fake, they saw something. There's just no way that didn't happen. And again, like it could be a hoax, but I just think there's far too much evidence out there already that the government knows stuff that, if you ever see Unassigned, I think it's called on Netflix.
No.
That's one that goes down the rabbit hole too, all starting from Roswell till now, and to go aside with Bob Lazar also has a Netflix special, I think too, about his journey.
See, this is the kind of shit Trump should be tweeting. Like photos, evidence for the rest of us. That'd be pretty tight.
I thought
Selfie.
if aliens were real,
Selfie.
Trump,
Get a load of this.
that Trump
Yeah.
would tell us. Like,
These are Melania's people.
also, I could imagine a world where, like any other president, Obama, W, Clinton, etc., doesn't like immediately go like, all right, aliens thing, right? I want the inside scoop. But Trump would. On day one, I feel like that was his top priority. Like, tell me about the little green men.
You guys were saying that there wasn't a deep state. It's deeper than you know. Get a load of this. And it's just a photo of him and his fat golfing ass standing in front of an alien
With the red
spaceship.
hat on.
Put
the red hat on an alien.
My friend Nurgle made me this driver. Look at it. 1,000 yards every time.
That's how I want to imagine that the Space Force thing happened, is that they're like, President Trump, we do have to show you something. I know it's day one, but this is tradition. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ. We don't have anything against these guys, do we? Do you even have laser guns, or is that a myth? Is that a Hollywood night? Like, and then he started the Space Force.
Well, he thought stealth meant that like the ship is invisible. He said that many times, where he actually thought like, we have the stealth technology, where he described it as though it would be completely invisible.
I have to believe that I'm not the Trump. I'm sort of not a Trump person, but I have to believe that was like a misinterpretation. Like he might have said that, but like he didn't mean it.
Or
He
did
said
he
it
let
multiple
something slip that he
times.
shouldn't have? Maybe they were like, Mr. President, don't tell them about the invisible ships. Fuck. We use the word stealth. Don't talk about the fucking invisible ship
You
program.
just see a man in a sitting position zooming through the sky. That's
like the old Fantastic Four. Like,
Wonder
looking at
Woman in the
Invisible
DC
Man
comics.
yet. Yeah. Actually, I'm in the
Sitting there.
bathroom of the Wonder Woman jet.
Oh, have you seen that cartoon where
Yeah,
she
yeah,
goes
yeah.
to the bathroom in the
I think that's
invisible
Family
ship?
Guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking funny. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really delved too much into the alien thing, like in Roswell. I genuinely don't know. It seems like maybe I don't buy that they've been here, but they definitely exist.
People
definitely
smarter than
exist, in
me
my
have
opinion.
said that it's almost a mathematic impossibility, right? There's this many stars, and if this many stars make it up 10 planets, and it turns out 1 in 1,000 of those planets is habitable like ours, there's just so many that some of them have to have followed our
It would be pretty
trajectory.
arrogant to think, in the universe being as big as it is, infinite, that we are the only planet that has any form of life. It's just,
But
it's
if
almost,
that was
it's
the
basically an
scenario,
impossibility.
that's what they would think.
It would be like looking at a forest and be like, you think there's any birds in any of those trees? Yeah. Yeah, probably birds in lots of them. Well, we can't really see them from
Yeah,
here.
we'll point them all out. And it's like, well,
How about this tree? No bird in this tree. That's one tree. It's a forest. I think there's definitely intelligent life. I think there's people like us out there with like a bunch of like fucking octopus limbs or something like that, wondering if we exist, or maybe they've been here and they're like, have you been to the monkey planet? Those guys are ridiculous.
I would just hope that if it ever did happen where aliens showed up, that we're the taller and sexier group.
I hope we don't make it
That
an
would
asshole.
suck if it's like, yeah, we are coming from planet Iceland.
There's a group of those
Beautiful
people.
with 6'10".
They call them the tall whites. Have you heard of the tall whites? Google
the
that.
Greys,
The tall whites is a thing, which is they're an alien crew that come from that area, the Scandinavians. So you're like, what you're describing is actually a thing. In addition to the little green ones, they've got the tall whites who
I only want
supposedly
them-
walk among us.
I only want them to show up if they're uglier than we are. They can be smarter, that's fine. But I don't want an alpha male group of Icelandic looking guys coming and
You don't want a bunch of
the-
Thors. Like,
no.
yeah.
Getting all the pussy.
Bjornsons.
Well, my biggest fear would be that our leaders made us look foolish. Wouldn't you be on pins and needles if they actually showed up and let's just pretend they're going to land in the United States? I don't know. And they're like, all right, bring us your leader. And we're all like,
Yeah. About
all right,
that.
let's talk about this. Do you mean our technological leader? Because
Just
we got
send
this
him
guy
Oprah.
Musk.
I don't know.
Right?
Oprah. Just send him Oprah. Here's our leader. You know, I don't know.
Do you mean like maybe the leader of the NHL? Because we've got a couple of good old boys from Canada, but if you have to be like, Mr. Trump, the visitors, they want to see you. Like
Right. Trump instantly leads with this bullshit over macho handshake, and we're like, fuck.
he's jerking the alien around.
His
He's
tentacle.
pulling him over.
He pulls a limb off. He's like, Jesus, Trump.
I feel like if aliens are advanced enough and they got here, they'd like look at us the way we look at animals in a zoo almost, where they'd be like, "Yeah, these people are hilarious. Look, they got little atom bombs like we had 30,000 years ago."
Not
Like,
even aliens in a zoo, like termites crawling around, you know? Like, yeah, there's a couple airborne ones, but they're mostly land. They have land bound. They have no, they kind of work as a society, but they're essentially idiotic. And
This is basically nothing but what I've learned from movies, but I feel like any aliens showing up here, they wouldn't be nearly as interested in what we're doing and more interested in like, oh, fuck, this is resource rich planet material.
See, I don't believe that either.
Take that.
I don't believe the whole thing about that they would be here for our resources, because I feel like if they've got that technology, they can just create things like water out of oxygen.
Well, the theory,
hydrogen.
the theory about why they're here,
Impossible.
why they're visiting, is because of our nuclear capability. And according to this one thing that I saw, they're worried about what we can do to the solar system and the universe that can affect their planet if we go crazy and have a nuclear war here. So like that's supposedly they're worried about us because we're a hostile, crazy people. This is
How
where
would our nukes like fuck up a different planet?
I think supposedly it can have an effect on throwing things offline or whatever, you know, when it goes through the atmosphere. And I don't know, I'm not a freaking scientist, but you know, they say that it could have an effect on this is what when some supposed guy who worked in the military said he got a message from an alien. And this was the reason they supposedly.
I believe that guy.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Let's get that guy on
my
the
thought
show.
process would be like if they're actually visiting, then there's got to be a reason why they haven't landed and been like, hey, we're here. It's got to be because they think we're assholes.
yeah.
And they don't
That's
think we're
it.
ready to
Or
even
boring.
talk to them yet.
that was my
Or-
personal
No,
theory. Is
I
that
think it's
We're
like
not
that.
boring though. Woody. Come on, you know that they wouldn't
Whoa.
think we're fucking interesting.
No.
I find
think we're
termites
fucking
boring.
nuts.
I find
you ever
earthworms
seen-
boring. I find all these things that are light years below me to be uninteresting to watch for more than a
They
few
don't have
seconds.
Termites don't
culture
have
that-
shit like bum fights.
We have culture, you know, like I don't think it's. I get the comparison between a higher being and termites, and I get that. But we have culture, right? We have comedy, we have entertainment, we have a lot of things that I feel like we would be interesting. Like even if we found some like early hominids on fucking Pluto, and we were like, oh, they eat their own shit, but god damn, are they some good comedians? Like look at this slapstick. They invented slapstick in the year 40.
I
we'd
hear
be
you, but I
into
feel
it.
like their comedy would exist on such a higher plane that they wouldn't consider ours funny. You know, like when I look at
If they don't
little-
like cum jokes, I don't want them coming.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, I don't want them here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I hope there are aliens, and I hope that someday that we find out that they're real and we get to talk to them.
I just hope they're friendly.